Anyway, this is Scarecrow Week, and my name is Carol Adams with Carol Adams Creations, and I am so glad that you are here, Scarecrow. So I am using this board, and I know it's kind of big. That's why I made, let's see here, I am going to put this here. That's kind of why I made my screen a little wider. Hopefully you can see, but we'll only be working on sections of it at a time, so we should be good. So this board is I think it's just a 1x6, and then I had my husband cut it to 12, 24, about 30 inches long. Yeah, about 30 inches long. And what I plan on doing is I'm going to add a stake to the back, and then I have this big barrel planter beside my front door. And so I plan on using it in my barrel that I put my fall flowers in. So I have gone ahead and I've painted the top black, as I get paint all over me. And I have painted the bottom black as well. And then I decided I really wished I had painted it navy, but I tried to add a little bit of blue to it, but you can't really see it. So anyway, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, so this is just a large paint stick that I purchased at Lowe's or Home Depot, I think. And I think it's 2 feet long. Let's see. It's just the long ones. It is 12 and 9, or 21 inches long. 21 inches long. And so I'm going to use this paint stick for his arms. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue this here. Maybe raise it up just a little bit. I'm going to glue this here. And so what the hard part of doing is we are going to make him a shirt. And if you have a young child, maybe that's grown out of a plaid shirt, that would look adorable, but I didn't have that. So I pulled a bunch of fabrics, and then finally I saw this burlap, and I was like, this will make the perfect shirt. So I'm going to be using that. I have some other fabrics here that I am going to be making some patches, and then I've got some fall leaves, and we're going to add some stuff to his hat. Now for his hat, my husband had cut this out for another project, and I didn't use it, so I just painted this. And this is 1 1/4 by 12 inches. So if you don't have something like this, another suggestion would be to use either a smaller paint stick, or you could cut this paint stick as well, or this paint stick as well. Or this is nothing but a ruler from Dollar Tree, and then it has little plastic here, and those things just peel up. So you could just cut it right here so it didn't have the hole, and use this side, and it would work great. So just to kind of give you a few little options, and these cut real easy, even just with, I would get like the kitchen scissors from Dollar Tree, because they work great, and you don't have to worry about whether you ruin them or not, because they only cost you $1.25. So I think my husband must be on a video call or something, so we're kind of sharing bandwidth. So I think that may be some of the problem of the video, but hopefully we'll get through the video. So I've got the hat pretty much finished. I've got to do this, and then we're going to make the shirt. But first, I want to paint the face. And then I was thinking about drawing a face and painting, you know, eyes and everything else. And then I was like, let's keep this really simple. So that's what I am going to do. I don't have to worry about this up here, because the band of the hat is going to cover it. You just need to make sure you get the sides. I'm going to get it all the way down to where that other one is going to come over. I mean, other than doing the shirt for our little Scarecrow guy, this is going to be a quick and easy project. All right, and I'm not going to give it a second coat. I do need to get this side right here while I still have a little bit of this paint, because the back is not going to show, but I need to paint it to seal the wood since it's going to be outside. All right. So there we go. There's that. We'll put that aside. And so, like I said, this is going to go here. I am going to move my board. I'm going to set it right there. So what I have, see, I have too much stuff on my desk. That's why I said I needed to get all my ducks in a row. Because I cleaned it off, actually, if you can even imagine that. But anyway, I have, this is just an 8.5 by 17-inch sheet of paper. You could definitely, no, 11, sorry, not 8.5. I knew that was wrong when I said it. All you have to do is glue two pieces, or, tape two pieces of copy paper together. But I'm going to put this here, and I know I want it longer than this, so I need it about 2 inches longer. So I'm going to make his sleeve just a little bit like this, and I'm just going to go all the way across. And this right here is approximately 3.5 inches, and I might go just a little bit more and go here. Then our board is 6 inches. So if we fold this in half, I got paint all over it. If we fold this in half, we know we need 6 inches because that's how wide our board is. So let's make this 8 inches. So I'm going to do 4 inches, draw a line here, and I'm going to draw a line here. And then I'm just going to draw a line all the way down, maybe come in just a little bit. Well, maybe not. I'm just going to do it straight. Okay, so there we go. We have our, we have the pattern for our Scarecrow. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to give it a little bit extra because I just remembered I'm going to hot glue this. I'm going to give it, like I said, about 2 inches. And the only other thing that I forgot to tell you I'm using, I may use some moss, and I know I'm going to use some raffia. Ooh, we got a big knot right there. Okay, so put that aside. We're going to cut this side. Whoops. Okay. So we have our, oh, and that's good. Okay. So let me do this, and I am going to cut it. Okay, so I'm going to cut right here to, let me do my 6 inches. Let's see. That's the center. Let's do it 7. So we're going to cut from here to about right there. I'm just going to cut this and get my scissors in there. There we go. To give him a little neck. And then if we have to, we'll fix it. Ah! Let's see. Okay, let me just take this off and see if I can get this done. And cut from here to there. I want to see. I think that's good. Okay. So let's get our arms on. Because we need to let this sit up for just a minute. Okay, so this is about 21 inches. So half of 21 is 10 and a half. So 10 and a half is about right where I have it. And I am going to move this up some. Let me mark here. Let me see here. Okay. I have these wooden triangles. Excuse me, that I thought about using. And that looks really cute. And then doing eyes and a mouth. But then I was looking through all my stash and everything, and I found this wooden piece. And so I think I'm going to use that wooden piece for a nose. And then I have 2 black buttons that I'm going to use for the eyes. So let's at least get this glued down. We know it needs to go here. I'm going to take my friction pen and I'm going to mark this here to know where it needs to go. I am using E6000, and then I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue. The E6000, if I can get it open, will take longer to dry. Okay. So I'm going to do that, and it definitely makes a mess. Do that there. I'll do some hot glue here. And that is not dry. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the middle. And I don't really think it matters if it's not really in the middle. Okay, just like that. So that is set. We're going to give it a minute. And let's see what our clothes look like. That is going to be perfect. I'm going to give him some raffia. Put hot glue some raffia here so it looks like it's got hay coming out its arms. And then I'm going to glue some underneath the hat. And then we're almost done. And then so for around his neck, I'm going to give him a bandana. And I don't know why I have all this blue fabric. Do that. I'm going to make it probably bigger than it needs to be. And then we're going to tear this off and tear it in half. There is a method to my madness. I'll probably all going, sure. Whatever you say. Okay, so I'm going to cut this in half. And then what I'm going to do, I need to make this into a triangle, but I'm just going to tie these two together and not have to worry about stitching it around. So let's get this into a triangle. So I'm just going to cut from here to there. Okay, so that's done. So now I have 2 triangles. Hold on. 2 triangles that I will tie together, and I will put it in the front and the back, and he's got a little bandana going around his neck. Okay, so the other thing I want on this, I'm so glad I didn't glue that yet. I want to put some patches on him. So I'm just going to put a couple of patches, and I may even put a patch on his hat. That would look good, but I might not need it. So we have that. Let me do one of the other pieces. Let's see, I want this one to be smaller. And I may only just do one, because I'm just going to do this like this. I think it goes the other way. There we go. And I'm just going to glue that like that. And I have some buttons. And I'm just using Fabri-Tac glue. See if I can get this to come out. And then we're going to glue, and then all we have to do is decorate up here. Put that like right there. And then do this one. I can't figure out which is the right side and which is the wrong side. I guess it doesn't matter. You could use hot glue for this, but I have found that hot glue, it dries kind of in a ball, you know, like in a ball. So whatever you glue is kind of raised up, and I didn't want that for this. And I don't even care if some of it's not on there. If it frayed a little bit more, that would be fine too. So anyway, so that's why I'm using this Fabri-Tac instead of a hot glue. Oops. I just actually sit that on top. And I'm going to put this one up underneath there. There we go. That one up there. That one might. We need to hot glue some raffia. And see if we can figure out where this starts. It's going to start right there. So I think what I'm going to do, because I want him to kind of have a lot, I am going to take, I need some jute rope, and I don't have any right here. Let's see, we're just going to use a piece of, oh, I know what I can use. I just have this twine. I'm just going to use this. This will just make it easier to glue on than trying to glue on individual pieces. So all I did was this right here. So it's in a loop, and then I'm going to cut this off. So then it's like this. I'm gonna actually tie this around since I've got that tie. And then I'll also hot glue it. But that way it'll be extra strong. And unfortunately, I can't put my Scarecrow outside yet because it's too hot. And if I were to put it out, probably the sun would melt the hot glue. So I may have to wait till October before I can get mine out. So that's another reason I wanted that right there. Okay. Okay. I am going to cut this off and make sure it's kind of ready. There we go. All right, so we've got that done. There we go. Can you see him? Okay, he's all ready. So let's get him some clothes on. Okay. All right, so we're going to put our little outfit on him. Ooh, I almost glued those two pieces together. So I'm going to slide this through. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to do this again. Look at that. Isn't he cute? He's got his little outfit on. He looks pretty spiffy, I must say. He looks pretty spiffy. So I am just going to, you can stitch, which I'm thinking I might do. Just do a little stitching around his little outfit here. Hold on. Get back to this. Do stitching instead of hot glue. But let's just, for right now, I'm just going to Fabri-Tac him. I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac because I think I am going to do some stitching on this. But I want to be able to kind of get it a little bit together here. And hopefully that doesn't go through to the here. I'm going to do that. And we're going to do that. And then he is all ready. And I know you can't see him, but he is so cute. So we're going to add his nose and his eyes, which his nose is going to be this right here. This big old piece of wood. And I have two black buttons. And this one has paint on it, so hold on a moment. Let's use the other side. Oh, my paint wasn't dry, but I think that'll be okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and then we're just going to decorate the hat. Oops. Oh, golly, that was a lot, wasn't it? Okay. I'm going to do a little glue and a little glue, and hopefully that will stick, because it's kind of stuck up. I'm just going to do it like that. Put those up just a little bit. Okay. So, all we need now is to decorate the hat. And I was going to put a little bit of this. You know what? I think that'll look really cute. Okay. So, let me cut a little bit off here. If I can kind of get this. It doesn't have to be much. I could just get this like just to go, just kind of like that. And crumple it up a little bit. I don't want it to be completely straight. Okay, so we're just going to hot glue this on. And then the hat will go on top, so I think we'll be okay. And we'll give him a haircut in a minute. Okay, so let me do the other side. Woo! That's hot. Okay, like I said, we'll give him a haircut. I'm going to give him a little bit of bangs. See if I can gather up some of my scraps from when I cut the arms off. Just a little bit. And then, like I said, I will trim them up. Okay. Y'all, look at that. Is he not adorable? Oh my gosh, I had no idea he was going to be so cute. Okay, so let's get some E6000 and some hot glue. And then we're just going to decorate him up with some silk flowers. I mean, if you wanted to add some more trim, some more painting, any of that, you can do that. Oh, goodness. As my granddaughter used to say, oh my goodness. Okay, even that would look cute. So we'll see. Okay, so I have some silk leaves and I have some little flowers. So let's see what we want to do. Some little wire cutters and trim this off. I had some orange flowers that I didn't think I wanted to use. Now I'm thinking I might use the orange little flowers instead of these. And maybe put in a little moss behind him. And do one more little of those and add that and some other greenery. See if I can get that all stuck down without burning myself. Okay. Oh. Let's see. Got a little bit of there. Add some moss and get that out. Okay. I am going to add I'm going to make a little raffia bow real quick. Now I don't know which one yeah, that's right. It's like, do I still have the right piece? Okay, there we go. Okay. That just kind of adds a little bit to him. Okay, maybe a little much, but I like it. Okay. So we're going to hot glue that on. And then add all of our leaves and flowers. So all this is a 1x6, and you can actually go to like Home Depot or you know, just Lowe's or your hardware store, and most of the places they will actually cut it for you to the length that you want it. So that you don't have to worry about having to cut it. Ooh, ooh, that's hot. Okay, I'm going to do one more, which I had already cut out. Here we go. Let me put this back behind him. Okay, I'm going to be off camera for a minute. I do apologize. But I can't get him I can't get him there. Okay, so this is going to go here. I'm going to glue this, I think. I'm going to bunch this up, and I'm going to hot glue that right there to kind of get that out of the way. Hopefully I don't. There we go. Okay, so this is going to go here. It does kind of make a big contrast, doesn't it? And I'm going to take this in the back. Okay, so let me see if I can do this on camera. I'm going to tie this side in a knot. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to kind of get that there. Oh, goodness. You know, sometimes it's just the little things in life that bring you joy. I think that needs to be that tight. There we go. I think it could be a little shorter in the front. Okay, so hold on a second. I'm going to have to work on his bandana, but we'll get it there. It's kind of in his nose. And then I covered up my patch. So I got to make his bandana smaller. So hold on. Okay, so here is my Scarecrow. I may put another patch up over here and lift this up just a little bit. I just think he turned out so cute. I can't wait for summer. And I may distress him just a little bit on here by adding just like some dry brush of white paint. And then I'm going to put a stake on him and stick him in my barrel that's by my front door. And maybe do some stitching around the edges. I don't know yet. But I'm going to get him all finished up. And I will, yeah, I will post pictures. And I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you'll give it a try. All it was is it's a 1x6. This was 30 inches long. This is just a 1.5-inch board. You could definitely use a paint stick or a ruler that you can get at Dollar Tree. And you just take the little plastic edges off of it. I think I have put that aside. Anyway, you just take the little plastic pieces off. And then this little wood piece I got at Hobby Lobby. And then the buttons are just from my stash. Sorry, this is making me crazy. And then this board right through here is nothing but a long paint stick that I purchased at Lowe's or Home Depot. I'm not certain. You can get like 6 for, they used to be cheap, but I think they're a little more expensive now. So, hello everybody, Scarecrow week, and I wanted to show you my Scarecrow that I made yesterday. I finished him up, and it's going to be hard for me to show you, but I want to show you what I added to it, what I did a little different, and all that stuff. Okay, so here is my Scarecrow. Come this way. Okay, come on, guy. I thought his nose was too long. So I pulled his nose off. I went to my little saw, my hand saw, and I sawed off about 1 inch. I also didn't like the coloring of his face, so I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday and picked up what was called, I thought I brought it over here, but I don't see it. It's Natural Buff, and I believe it's Folk Art Natural Buff, and I think it looks a whole lot better. I shortened his scarf. I think I did that during the live yesterday, but I'm not certain. I added some highlights or some shadows to his face around here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it just kind of made him look a little dingy. I finished up my flowers. I added some highlights to the top, the edges, and then just kind of dry brushed a little white, and then took a baby wipe and kind of wiped it off just so that it looked a little bit grungier. I added more patches I added another patch here. I added this patch over here and this patch over here. I also added some stitching, which you probably can't see, but I think it kind of added a lot to it. And then I stitched around his little burlap coat here. I don't know if you can see it. See right there? Stitched around that. And then, I stitched around, um, just did some little X's there. Then for his pants, I added a burlap and a fabric patch right there. And then I did the little toe painting technique of the shadows here and here for his pants. And then just did little ditty, trying to say dashes and little at the same time. I added just little dashes along the side. So it just looked like he had on blue jeans. So here is my friend. He's going to hang out with me for a while. And then he's going to go out in my front yard. I'm going to add a stake to this back here so he can stick into my, it's a flower barrel. It's a great big old barrel, half barrel that I got. And I fill it up with flowers. And so it's by my front door. And I think he turned out